First up is Justin Jackson.
Hey, Coach, just what Kansas was able to do on second chance points on the offensive glass. How much of that was a surprise, for you? Or
Well, the surprise was they shot it as well as they shot it from the perimeter. They shot it very, very consistently. Everybody shot it from the perimeter, and then when they missed, they rebounded the long rebounds. We didn't. They were for whatever reason a lot quicker to the ball, I thought, than what we were today.
Kevin Kinder.
It looked like they were able to exploit a little bit, bringing your bigs away from the basket to try to defend. Did that have anything to do with the offensive rebounding? They're trying to rebound from unfamiliar positions, or what did you see as the cause there?
Very rarely when you're on defense does the ball hit the rim and bounce right to you. No, I mean, we have to go rebound the ball. We didn't go rebound the ball. We kind of stood around. They beat us to every loose ball. Deuce is foul diving for a loose ball. I mean, that hurt us. And you take him off the floor, it hurts us.
Skylar Callahan is next. Go ahead, Skylar.
Hey, Coach, with Oscar continuing to struggle, how much of it do you think is mental and how much of it is just what he's doing on the floor?
I don't know. It's hard to make shots when you don't look where you're shooting. And that's not a knock on Oscar. That has been a problem with bigs for a long time. You got to have your head on a rim, and we're worried about the guy that's guarding us more than we are scoring the ball. And we got out of that, he was that way at the beginning of last year, if you think back. And then we continued to work on it, and he was better. He got better as the season went on. Derek got better as the season went on. It's hard to make it if you don't know where you don't look at where you're shooting. I don't think that's mental.
We'll go to Cody Nesper.
Coach, was that the shooting performance you've known Sean is capable of, and how do you get that out of him more often?
Well, yeah, we thought he could shoot it like that. I mean, he shoots it like that in practice. I think what hurt us was he and Deuce are the only two that made shots. I mean, if you think back, Taz has carried us in some games, and he had a bad day shooting. But I mean, he's had a bad week shooting. And then we couldn't throw it close to kind of stop the bleeding whenever we needed to throw it close. They did a good job with ball pressure, and they were really physical inside. We didn't handle the physicality as well.
Back to Justin.
Coach, you were talking about Oscar and obviously his shooting. In a general sense, is he as physical as he was last year? I mean, he came in Allen Fieldhouse last year and almost dominated the whole game. Is he being as physical as he was last year?
No. He's not being as physical. He's not running the way he ran a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
I think that'll change. I think he'll snap out of it.
Kevin Kinder.
Did you mention you were going to change some or look at some different ways of defending ball screens? What did you change tonight? How much more zone did you play? And was anything effective, that you felt like you could in the future?
I thought the zone was fine until we stopped rebounding out of it. We were behind in the first half and we went to the zone and led at halftime. I thought the zone was effective. We just, you let them get going the way they got going, it's tough to turn it around. It's kind of like when you continue to miss shots, it's tough to turn it around. When their worst shooter hits his first two and doesn't hesitate to shoot it. Their worst shooter was 6 for 8. He was 3 for 3 from 3. He doesn't make threes. It's at halftime.
Justin Jackson.
Hey, Coach, 2 quick ones from me here and I'll be done. One, with this break coming up, is it coming at a good time maybe for these kids to kind of get away from things, or could it be detrimental? And the second question is, with the Buffalo game being canceled, are you guys looking to fill that spot or keep that open?
Josh has been working like crazy to try to get somebody in there. It's tough now. It's tough because of the testing. It's tough because everybody's trying to get league games in. They've canceled league games in a lot of those leagues, and they're meeting, trying to figure out a way to get their league games in, and obviously their league games are a priority. You couple that with the testing and what we require and should require. It's tough to get a game in. But we're trying. To answer your question, we're trying.
And the other thing, the break, good time for these guys to get away from the game maybe for a little bit, or what do you think?
It's Christmas. It's Christmas. It's always good. It's always good to be able to have Christmas with your families, those who can get back and home. And we haven't been as physical as we need to be, and we haven't guarded, not even close to the way we need to guard. And those 2 things have to happen. The one thing that I was taught growing up and through my career was, you're not going to shoot it good every day. That's just not going to happen. You're going to have days when you make everything. You're going to have days when you don't make anything. But defense ought to be consistent. That's not a skill related neuromuscular deal. That's just having enough will and being able to move your feet well enough to stay between your man and the basket.
Any other questions for Coach tonight? Okay, Coach, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.